Guys, I apologize for the delay. I know that we were going to do this a little bit earlier, but I think it was a little bit of a transportation issue, not for me, but for Wes. But I do also want to apologize to my really good friend, Wes Johnson, who is the head coach at East Webster, whose phone's been blowing up for the last couple of days. And Wes is an outstanding coach in his own right, and Wes was an outstanding left-handed pitcher here. So I called him 2 days ago, and he said, man, when are we going to start talking about money, John? And it never came to that, but Wes is a good friend and an outstanding baseball coach here at East Webster. We're proud to have Wes Johnson. I know in this day and age of social media, you're not going to keep much quiet or a secret, but what's really not a secret is the success he's had in his entire baseball coaching career. I was fortunate enough to meet him, to meet his lovely wife, and we're excited to have him here in Starkville. You know, this is a strange time of year to have transition within your program, and I want to thank our players because they've just been absolute troopers about this. They've had a great attitude about it. And I think, you know, we all know that Butch Thompson, having gone to Auburn, Butch was a great friend. He was a great coach, and Auburn got a great one. But I'm going to tell you something right now, Mississippi State just got a great one too. So I'll entertain any questions when Wes gets done, but we want to introduce you to him. You're all going to get to know him really well. He's very personable, and you'll see that you know, when you really start delving into his past, you'll see how accomplished a coach he really is. So I want to introduce you to our new assistant coach, Wes Johnson.
Well, thanks, guys. Just want to start out by, you know, thanking Coach Cohen and Scott Strickland for this opportunity. Obviously, I wouldn't be here today without my family. You know, I got a wife who's of 23 years, who's rock solid, who's my backbone, who is, you know, she's my support staff. We have 3 great children. We have our son Ryan. He's 22. We have our daughter Anna. She's 16, and we have our little surprise, as we call her, Ava. She's 6. She's a little ball of energy. So, just want to start out by thanking those people. I mean, that's this opportunity is incredible. So. I'll take any questions.
When did Coach Cohen first contact you?
Oh, wow. A little over a week ago, I'd say. It was, I don't have the exact date written down. I'd say it was probably, yeah, it was a little over a week, probably a week ago Tuesday, somewhere in that neighborhood. Oh, well, obviously, you know, being in this game of college baseball, you know a lot about them. Very, very successful. I think Coach Cohen's the best coach in the country. I love the way he does things. It's real similar to the way I think as well. So, yeah, you knew a lot about them. You knew how successful they were. I mean, look at the pedigree of the players that have come through there and where they are at. You know a lot about them. So, yeah, I knew a ton.
Coming in, I guess, 4 months before the season started, they're already done with fall ball. What's the biggest challenge for you getting ready for the season?
You know, I actually think this is a great time of year to come in. You look at it, we're going to have a chance to get our guys in there, implement a system, send them home to work on that system, and then bring them back, and we're going to jump right in. Biggest challenge, though, is a little bit of time. You're going to battle that. But, man, like I say, we got the best coach in the country who's got a great system in place right now. This will be fine.
First impression of the pitching staff?
Oh, I know a lot of scouts in this area. And we had quite a bit of success with Power Arms where I've come from. And those guys, when it broke yesterday, I got 5 texts from scouts in this area saying, holy cow, just going to let you know, they got 16 guys who've been 90 or better. So that's, what do I think? I think that's phenomenal. I think we got a chance to have the best, you know, one of the best staffs in the whole country.
Can you talk a little bit about your style and the things that you like to emphasize and things with your pitching staff?
Oh, you bet. You know, my style, it's or philosophy, however you want to look at that. It's a little different. You know, I 100% believe in what I call hyper-personalization. I'm not gonna put a kid in a box and make him throw a ball low and away when that's not his strength. He may have a power slider. We may need to pitch off that. And if he's got that power slider, that means we may need to pitch with the fastball up in the strike zone. So that with that hyper-personalization comes individual and different plans for each guy. Some Coach Cohen and I talked about when they came down to see me was, one of the main things I try to do every day is relentlessly prioritize. And because guys are going to make a jump, and then we got to reprioritize again. And if you wake up and you do that every day, these guys will make that jump and they'll fall into that system and that plan you have for them.
Any other questions?
Just thoughts on coaching in the SEC.
It's baseball. We got to wake up every day. We got to win today. It doesn't matter if you're at, guys, this game's tough, man. You guys know that. One run decides a lot of ball games. And that one run could be a mistake. It could be a lot of things, right? So baseball is baseball. It doesn't matter who we're playing. We got to get up. We got to win today. We got to attack today with great intent. Good things will happen.
What intrigued you about the position in this state?
Like I say, I mean, I believe this is the best place in the country to play college baseball. The staff, the support this university gives this place is phenomenal. Those things are very intriguing to me.
Any other questions? All right, we're gonna bring Coach Cullen up for a quick question and answer session. They gotta get over to bullpen sessions. Thank you, Coach.
Anybody have any questions for me? We all good?
Yeah, just kind of the challenges that he's facing coming in almost for the season and fall ball basically. What do you think it's going to be?
Well, certainly, he's going to get to know our pitching staff and catchers and really our whole club one-on-one. I think that's really important, and we'll have a lot of opportunities for him to meet with those guys. He'll watch a ton of film. We still have 3.5, 4 weeks of opportunities to watch bullpens. In fact, he's going to watch some bullpens this afternoon and jump right into it. So he'll do a great job with that. And I want to compliment Butch Thompson, because I think Butch has already been in contact with Wes, and they've really discussed our staff along with our coaching staff.
Will Wes's role be largely the same as far as, I know Butch made pitching changes and that sort of thing, will it still kind of be the same?
Yeah, absolutely. I think Wes is somebody that's he's going to run our pitching staff, and he's going to be in constant contact with those guys. He's going to do everything he can to get the most out of every one of them, and I think that's his role, and I think he's very gifted.
Is it okay that, what made Jason Dietrich at Cal State, what makes Wes a good fit, and what factors kind of made the other situation not a good fit?
Yeah, I'll just say this. After a great deal of discussion, we just, this is all about fit. Who's going to fit with our pitching staff? Who's going to fit with Mississippi State? I really consider this to be a family, and I mean that. And it's got to be a great fit. And I want to compliment him as well, because we brought him in for the weekend. We brought a couple of guys in. He was the only one that anybody knew about, but we just agreed that. We probably had a better fit. So, he's just probably the only guy that anybody knew about in this process.